Spring is in the air. It's beautiful. I was doing my morning stroll, drinking some mate, and I decided that it was the perfect morning to talk about spring. Hello everyone, once again, welcome to Dance in Territory. I'm Nicole Tyler. And today I want to talk about the energies of spring with you. Now, of course, the conventional calendar tells us that spring begins the day of the equinox, which here in the south is September 21st, 22nd, and in the northern hemisphere it is March 21st, March 22nd. But we know that the transition from winter to spring, or even winter to summer, is a long period. It's not something that happens overnight. So where I live in Córdoba, Argentina, we really start to see a lot of these changes in August, which in the northern hemisphere is like February. Of course, according to the pre-Christian European calendars or the pagan calendars, the beginning of spring is marked on February 1st. And here in Córdoba, where I live, in August, we really start to see this shift. In August, we still have very cold weather. The plants are still very much dormant and dry, but the energy begins to shift, and you can feel that. One thing that we do, or that many of us do, comes from the Andean or Incan tradition, and it is the ceremony or ritual of Pachamama. This occurs during the month of August. It begins on August 1st, and it can occur many times during the month. And basically what we do is open up a hole, or what they call a mouth, una boca, in the earth, and we offer her many different things, mostly food, corn, fruits, vegetables, beans, squashes, and also drinks, water, wine. There's a traditional drink called caña con ruda. Now, Pachamama is a goddess from the Incan Andean tradition. She means many things, and she has many stories. I'm not going to tell you about that today, but largely she represents Mother Earth and the earth in general. So during that time of year, we are preparing the earth, and we are giving her offerings so that we may have a good harvest at the end of summer or in fall. I have moved because the sun, it's just going to keep coming, but the sun is coming up. This is part of this time of year as well. Longer days, shorter nights, the sun is getting more and more potent, and that helps everything grow. So as I was talking about the ceremony of Pachamama, this is not something that everyone does in this area, but many people do, and it is also a very big community event where we all come together in community and do this ritual or this ceremony. Many people open up their homes to do this, and this is done every year at the same place, at the same mouth, where the earth is opened up and we give our offerings. So of course, in general, what's happening during this time is, humans were preparing the oil, we're preparing the soil, the earth, to plant seeds and have a good harvest, fertilizing the land. But as you can tell, this is happening all around us. There are so many beautiful flowers blooming, everything is growing. This is a time where it's incredible. The forest becomes green again, the plants come out of their dormancy, They're having new growth, new leaves. So it's a very high energy time. The energy is shifting and it's moving. As I film this, it is already October. It's already October 13th. So it's almost a month past the equinox and everything is already very, very green. Where I live, usually the winter is a very dry time, so the spring time is also the welcoming of the rains, and the rainy season, it goes into summer and everything gets very green. We've been fortunate this winter, it hasn't been too dry and we did get rain, so that's why you see this beautiful spring all around. And this energy is everywhere, and the birds are out. There are so many birds chirping every morning, every evening. You might be hearing them as I speak to you now. All of the many animals are waking up, coming out of their burrows. The snakes, the lizards, they're all coming out. We're hearing the foxes in the night. So many animals, animal activity in general. There will be many baby animals now. So it's definitely a time of new growth and rebirth. So of course, this is happening all around us and it is happening within us as well. It is a great time of the year to not only plant physical seeds, you can prepare your garden and plant anything you would like to grow, but it's also a good time to plant, internal seeds. Plant seeds for a new idea, a new project, something that you want to bring into your life and intentionalize. Something that you want to materialize in your life. This is a great time to plant that seed and then have that, grow during the summer and come to maturity at the end of summer or fall to harvest. And then reflect on what that process was like. And in general, this is definitely a time where we're coming out of our cave, Winter, the cold of winter is past. We have this vibrant new energy. We're feeling that in our bodies. And we have, new hope even. As I see the flowers bloom and smell the aromas and the perfumes in the air and see the new green life, to me, that's enough to make anyone feel happy to be alive. So it's great to get outside and connect with what's happening in the land around you. Of course, spring may not look like this for you where you live. And I'd love to know what it does look like for you where you live, and what maybe rituals or ceremonies you might do in your area to honor this time. I'm originally from Southern California, and spring in Southern California is also, it has, there's a lot of blooming of incredible flowers. You can see them all over the hillsides. But it's not the start of the rainy season like it is here in Córdoba. The rainy season is pretty much the opposite. In Southern California, we have more rain, in winter, fall, winter, spring, and then it's very dry in the summer. So that cycle is a little bit different. But there is still a lot of new growth, new bloom in spring. And as we observe this in the land, as we connect to this, I think it is very important to really recognize how what our role is in this as well. If you are fortunate enough to have a garden, to have a yard, I think it is very important to let your garden grow, and especially plant native seeds. Whatever plants are native to your area, those are going to be the best plants to have in your garden, for many, many reasons. Having native plants in your garden means that you are supporting and helping the ecosystem that you are a part of. You are providing the right food for the insects, for the pollinators of your area. These flowers are the flowers for the bees and the butterflies in this area, all the pollinators, the insects that need this for their food or their shelter, their home. You are supporting that web of life if you have native plants in your garden. Many native plants are also medicinal or edible for humans. So if you plant them and take care of them, you can also have that right relationship with them, and then have those beautiful benefits for yourself as well. And the native plants are going to be the lowest maintenance, because these are the plants that are adapted to the place where you live. So they're already prepared to live in this area, and so that they're not going to need so much maintenance probably as exotic plants. So let your garden grow, and let your garden grow, and also support community endeavors that are trying to also promote that in the area, so that there will be native landscapes in your area. Support community projects that take care of the land, particularly indigenous communities, and everything that they are saying, everything that they are moving towards. That is the best way to have harmony in the land where you live. So, in short, this is a beautiful time to connect to or reconnect to the land where we live. A lovely time to go outside, to get to know plants, to see the flowers, to study, to learn from other people. It is a beautiful time to connect to life in general and rebirth. So I hope you have a lovely spring. As I said, I would love to know in the comments what spring looks like in your area, or what you do to honor that time. And I hope to see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And more importantly, sign up for our email list. I'll leave the link down below in the video description. By email, I'll be sending more information about how to connect to the land and the seasons and cycles. And I will be sending out invitations to the Dance and Territory live classes that I teach. So if you want to take live dance classes with me, sign up for the email list. You'll be the first to know. And once a month, I will be raffling off a free space in one of the classes. So make sure you're signed up, and I'll see you in the next video.